Welcome to Sahaja Yoga Meditation, to the program called Meditation Step Up Series. For those who have not meditated before in Sahaja Yoga and you come across us for the first time, please check our other series called Meditation First Steps. The link is here to actually get introduced to Sahaja Yoga, because these sessions here are designed for people that have already been meditating for a while. And in case you missed an episode of this series, you can also refer to the link here to check the episodes that we have already recorded. So today we're going to talk about the Nabi Chakra, which is the third chakra at the level of the navel here. It's at the level of the solar plexus. So the Nabi, the Svadhisthana that we have already seen, and the void are very much linked together, because when the Kundalini rises for the first time, she reaches the Nabi Chakra at the level of the navel, then she goes down to the Svadhisthana, and the Svadhisthana actually rotates around the Nabi Chakra in a clockwise manner, creating an area we call the void, or Bhavsagar, the ocean of illusion. The Nabi Chakra on our body is located on our middle fingers here. On our feet, it's the big toe on both sides. Other part of the body also includes the head, slightly at the back of the head, not the fontanelle area on top, but a bit behind it. And it also relates to our knees here and the elbows as well. So this center has 10 subplexuses at the physical level. At the subtle level, this chakra has 10 petals to actually express different qualities. From a physical perspective, this center looks after our stomach, part of our intestine, the spleen, and the pancreas as well. As with most of the chakras, we have different aspects of it that we are going to cover today in more details. We have the left side of the chakra, we have the central aspect of the chakra, and we have the right side of the chakra. So this is where we are going to put our attention today. But before we go into more details, let's raise our Kundalini, put ourselves in a bandhan, and let's get settled. So let's do it together. And we keep our hands on our laps in meditation in front of the photo of Sri Mataji with a candle. We can close our eyes for a few seconds. And start putting our attention inside. releasing all the tensions, releasing all the thoughts. To reach that state where we are in complete thoughtless awareness, where we can feel the vibrations, the chaitanyas in our hands. And we can now put our attention on the Nabi Chakra, at the level of the navel. Let's now look at the qualities of the Navi Chakra. We have seen last session, when talking about the Svadhisthana, it's about the creation, creativity. The Nabi Chakra is about our evolution as human beings, but also our evolution spiritually. And this center is all about balance and harmony, because you cannot grow if you don't have the balance. If anything is out of balance, growth and progress is very difficult. By establishing the Nabi Chakra within us, we have these qualities of peace and satisfaction that are actually established in us. We also get what we call the Lakshmi Tattva. Lakshmi is the principle of the Navi Chakra. And the Lakshmi Tattva means that we get material wealth, we get settled materially. And that's an important step, because if we are not settled materially, if we are all the time worried about do we have enough food, do we have a shelter, it's very difficult to put our attention on our spiritual growth. Once this is done, once we find the balance in our Lakshmi Tattva, the Mahalakshmi Tattva starts to awaken in us, which is our spiritual wealth, our spiritual growth within us. Another fundamental quality of the Nabi Chakra is the righteousness, the virtues and the right conduct that we have as human beings, giving us the moral code to actually preserve ourselves by staying in balance, but also preserve the society as a whole. This is well represented in the 10 Commandments in the past. that were given to us that are actually fundamental to preserve the society and making sure that we can all grow and evolve together. So the Nabi Chakra really came about when, in terms of evolution, when human beings moved from shelter to what we call a home. When we started to establish the family unit that becomes very important. And it is very important because when that sense of home got established, the sense of satisfaction and contentment was developed. And when the household, when the home is a beautiful home, we developed a kind of serenity that allows us to actually grow as human beings. The Nabi Chakra, in terms of evolution again, was expressed when also we started to leverage things around us, the creativity, and to manage the nature to help us actually get settled. When we are not satisfied, it's very difficult to focus on spiritual growth because we cannot enjoy things. While if you are satisfied, we enjoy everything, and the little things in life that can be troublesome are not so important anymore because we can start to look at the bigger picture. On the left side of this chakra, the Nabi Chakra, it's all about the feminine quality expressed in the wife, who is the core, the fundamental, the central person in a family. And what is expressed to the woman, to the wife in the family, is the sense of generosity, the sense of giving, the sense of sharing, the sense of giving to others without expecting in return. On the right side of the Nabi Chakra, it is expressed by the qualities of a king, the qualities of dignity, honesty, respect towards ourselves, but respect also towards others. And if you look at the world around us, you might have people in power or people that are extremely rich, but inside they are just beggars because they are not satisfied. They still want more, as they cannot let go. While you might have very poor people that beam with joy because inside they are satisfied, they are dignified despite not having all the material wealth of some other ones. Another aspect of the Nabi Chakra, a bit like the Svadhisthana, because as I said earlier, they are linked, is the ability to have a good attention. An attention that moves from material things initially to our spiritual growth. And certainly through self-realization, this is much easier by this ability to understand and feel the Nabi Chakras within us. So as a summary, the qualities of the Nabi Chakra is all about satisfaction, contentment, serenity, peace within us, the virtuous conduct, the right conduct, the righteousness that exists within us, and all these qualities are bringing us the balance that allows us to grow spiritually very fast. The principle in previous traditions of this Nabi Chakra is expressed in India by Sri Lakshmi Vishnu. And Vishnu in India is regarded as the preserver, the one that preserves the world and help us evolve. On the left side, it is represented by Sri Griha Lakshmi, which is representing the wife as the core person of the family unit. And on the right side, it is expressed by Sri Raja Lakshmi, the king qualities that can exist within us. So now let's have a look what can affect the Nabi Chakra. The enemy of the Nabi Chakra is greed and materialism. In our search of satisfaction, one can become lost in a vicious circle of insatiable desires because wants in general cannot be fulfilled, cannot be satisfied. It is nothing wrong to have material things. There is nothing wrong in having some money. But if this goes to an extreme, it becomes simply greed. So if this chakra gets out of order, we can become miserly. We can start hoarding things without letting them go. And we become stuck, not only at the material level, but at our spiritual level, we can become stuck because our attention is purely material without having an attention towards our higher evolution. As an example, the quality I said is satisfaction, is generosity. And when we get money, when we get wealth, there's a saying, I don't remember in which tradition, but if wealth comes in, you also have to let it go. You have to be also generous, so that there is a flow and it's not making you stuck with it. And the most important thing to understand is that the real wealth is our spiritual evolution, is the spirit within us, because that's something that's not temporary, that's something that's eternal, of eternal value. Another thing that's extremely detrimental for the Nabi Chakra is alcohol, being intoxicated. Because when we are intoxicated, suddenly we lose consciousness. And when we lose consciousness, our awareness is reduced. And that goes in the opposite direction than spiritual growth, which is an increase of our awareness, having a more subtle understanding of things. And you don't even need to talk about spirituality, because if you see someone who is drunk, it's pretty obvious not even being able to walk straight. It is obvious that this is going against the nature of a normal human being. There is another saying that says that when the bottle comes in the front door, Lakshmi is leaving the house through the back door. So if we really want to establish the Nabi Chakra within us, it is very important to avoid things that are reducing our awareness, that are going against our spiritual evolution. The third thing I would like to highlight about that can affect the Nabi Chakra is our attitude towards food and how we eat. If we eat in a hurry, like, you take your food in a car while driving, if you are angry or worried, if you see, for example, bad news on TV while eating, that prevents the food to be digested properly and can have a negative effect on the Nabi Chakra. So it is better to have food, eating it slowly, sitting down, rather than being in a hurry and just treating food as fuel, like many people say in these modern times. Also going into extremes with food, like fasting. Fasting can be useful, but it has nothing to do with our spiritual evolution. And overeating or overeating specific things can actually affect your Nabi Chakra. Lastly, what can also affect the Nabi Chakra is if we have problems in the household, in the family. So if the family unit is not balanced, if the family unit is not happy, it creates problem at the Nabi Chakra. So now let's listen to a video of Sri Mataji. It's actually a compilation of 2 videos where Sri Mataji will talk about the Sri Lakshmi principle within us.
So you move to the 3rd center, which we call as the Nabi Chakra. This center is, on one side, is made of water, another side with fire. Around it are our 10 valencies, which we can call as our innate religion within ourselves. Now this Nabi itself, or we can call the solar plexus, or we can say the navel chakra, gives us, as soon as the Kundalini rises, she awakens this, and the light, when it spreads, you become religious. I don't have to tell you anything. You just become. I don't have to say that you don't take drugs. You just don't take it. Overnight, I have seen people have given up drugs. Overnight, alcoholism. Overnight, everything. And they enjoy their virtues. That's the best part of it. Some people think, oh, then what is the fun? What is this that you take something in the pub and next day you have hangover? Here you take something and next day you are much better off. It never comes down. It never gives you a reaction. It's not artificial. It's not intoxicating. It is from your nerves. It's bubbling out. So this is the center which is very important in us, because most of us have a problem with this center. And here we have a capacity by this center that we enjoy our generosity. Now, all matter, whatever it is, we are materialistic. It's a good idea to be materialistic. But the matter is, the aesthetics of matters are that you can give it to others, suggesting your love in it. I think that's the only thing a matter can do. And in a very special way you can express that love. For example, somebody likes a particular thing, you go all the way to get it, and give that small thing, very small thing, to the person, and the joy, not out of the money that you have spent, but the feelings you have expressed of knowing what that person would love. And this kind of a depth develops within you such lovable, beautiful society you enter into. And you don't need anything because everybody is looking after your needs. Now I have told them I love flowers because I don't take anything else. So you must see whenever I come, my house is so filled with flowers that my husband was saying, let us go live in the garden and let the flowers be here. So, you see, the joy of giving comes from this center. And whatever you eat, whatever you have to eat, whatever is good for you, you eat. You don't have to bother as to what to eat, what not to eat. You just eat whatever is good for you, benevolent for you. You become so wise. And also you please others. You don't displease others by saying, this is bad food, I want that. I want goes away. What do you want? So like you could say, a candle which is not enlightened is waiting to be enlightened, is asking for the light. I want light. But once it is enlightened, it gives light to others. Automatically. Supposed to be. In the same way, you also start giving your light, your love, your joy to others. Automatically. I don't have to tell you. Nobody has to go through any 10 commandments anymore. Those days are gone. Now automatically you become like that. Very beautiful people, very affectionate and glorious, I should say. If you see the glow on the face of Sahaja-yogis, the face itself is radiant. Many people drop out their 10 years to 20 years in their age, and they are so enthusiastic, never get tired. There are 4 Lakshmi Tattvas within us. The first is the Lakshmi Tattva, where you become a person very dignified and endowed with material comforts. But comfort which kills you is not there. Comfort means you are materially no more bothered. You get jobs. In London we have so many jobless people. But in Sahaja Yoga, all those who are there, all of them have got jobs. All of them. It's difficult to find one person who hasn't got the job. Moreover, it is compulsory in Sahaja Yoga that those who stay in the ashram must have some jobs. We have tried to allow some people to come without that, but we had very bad experiences of such people. So all those who are living on dole or some sort of a thing, we don't allow them to come in the ashram. And you'll be surprised that as soon as they join Sahaja Yoga, they get jobs. And they get better and better jobs. Because Krishna has said, Yoga Kshema Vahamyaham. When you get your yoga, your well-being will be looked after. He didn't say Kshema Yoga. He didn't say, I look after your well-being and then you go to yoga. No, first yoga. Yoga Kshema Vahamyaham. First you get the yoga and then the Kshema will work. That's what happens to you on the Nabi Chakra, which is very important. But Raja Lakshmi, that is you become like a king, that you become Graha Lakshmi or Grahastha, means you become a householder. You become a good wife and a good husband. You develop proper feelings for each other and you develop proper feelings for your children. You improve your societies through that essence, if it is born in you, that you understand the importance of a good family life. And that automatically happens. You don't have to tell anybody. Just those people who hated each other after coming to Sahaja Yoga have started loving each other, understanding and enjoying each other. And married life in Sahaja Yoga is tremendous. 90% of married life is so great that people in America, where they divorce every third year, we have seen people are doing very well in the married life, even in America. Even here, you see this mental projection, the wife is no good and husband no good, all vanishes. You become the spirit. You start enjoying the deeper significance of marriage. Then comes the fourth side of the Lakshmi Tattva, is the ascending side. The people who have got more money are fed up and now want to have something beyond. In the same way, in Sahaja Yoga, when you start moving, then you find that nothing but spiritual life gives you real joy. So you just don't care for anything else but the spiritual life. And what is the spiritual life of Sahaja Yoga is that you become the light and you give light to others. Selflessly. There is no selfish motive in it. Just because you are the light, you become the light. You don't see the light, you become the light and you give light to others. And just do it selflessly, without charging any money, without asking for anything. You just start giving what you have got, spontaneously, without paying for it. You just do it in a way that is a saintly way. Saints always spend their own money, always have spent their own money to give joy to others. They have never taken money from anyone. I mean, I have not heard of any saint who has built up big palaces and big places and big organizations. Never. That's not a sign of a saint. A saint just emits compassion. And this compassion doesn't speak, it is silent. This compassion acts. It doesn't speak, it acts. When it acts, it works out wonders. That's what you know when Christ was touched by some lady. He said, some energy has flown through me. That is what it is. That the energy starts flowing through you and you do not do anything. It just happens automatically. Without doing anything, you achieve it. So for today, I think I have come up to the Nabi Chakra. Tomorrow I'll tell you about other chakras in better elaborate way, that you will understand what is the essence of these chakras, that what becomes of you. They have described to you the chakras, but why these chakras? What do they mean? These are the different evolutionary milestones within us which have been crossed, and the last one is this one which you have to cross now. That's all. See you.
So let's see how we can improve on Nabi Chakra. The first thing is certainly meditation. Meditation in the morning, meditation in the evening. There is no substitute to meditation to improve on Nabi Chakra, but a complete subtle system. That's certainly one of the most important things. The second thing we can do is to give vibrations to a chakra, and in this instance to the Nabi Chakra. The way it is done is simply putting your hands on your lap. We can do it together. And the right hand is giving vibrations, rotating clockwise on the chakra you want to give vibration to the Nabi Chakra today. So you can do 7 circles or about, and then just let go all the negativity. So we can do it 3 times. And again, it's not a ritualistic, it's more like if you feel more coolness in your Nabi Chakra, if you feel the chakra opening. Because our hands now that we are realized, have vibrations, so we can use these vibrations to actually improve ourselves, but also help others. The other way to improve the Nabi Chakra is by using candles. Candles that have to be used on the left side. You can, again, like the bandhan, have 7 circles or half a circle and back in front of the chakra, the left Nabi, or in the middle. You can do the same movement. Just be careful not to burn yourselves. The candle, as mentioned in previous sessions, is not to be used on the right side. On the right side, we can use, on the right liver, we can use an ice pack on the liver to cool the liver. And cooling down the liver will help us get into thoughtless awareness that will certainly enhance our meditation. And importantly as well, we can foot soak every day. So foot soak is putting our feet in water with some salt, as explained in previous sessions. You can use a bit more warmer water if you feel the left Nabi unsettled, and a bit colder water if you feel the right Nabi unsettled. So we typically do that in the evening, after work or before to go to bed. And this is certainly helping us cleanse our subtle system, especially the first 3 centers and the void that is around the Nabi Chakra. What else can help us? Being in a habit of being satisfied. You have many people that cannot be satisfied whatever happens. You hear them breathing heavily each time we tell them something or if something happens. And just be satisfied. Just look at things with some distance, because there is no need to complain so much or complain all the time. We can also develop the habit of being generous, not miserly. Generous with all love, generous without time. The habit of giving others, actually establishing these beautiful relationships with people around us. After all, we are not going to take all these things with us when we go. So we might as well create joy by giving them to other people. It is important to have a great family life as well. So make sure that in your family, everybody is happy. It's quite important. And when it comes to food, make sure that we enjoy the food. It's actually a great moment we can enjoy as part of the family. There is no need to rush the food. Food is not fuel like people in sport say today. Food is something very important that gives joy, serenity, satisfaction to us. And we should avoid extremes when it comes to food. Fasting is not necessary, or overeating, or indulging in some food in excessive ways. All right, so all that will give you a perfect Navi Chakra. So now we are going to meditate, and as part of the meditation, we are going to use some more techniques, especially the affirmations and the mantras as well. And I will mention that while we are going to say them, and they will also be written on your screen. So let's go in meditation. And now we can say the mantra of Sri Lakshmi Vishnu. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Lakshmi Vishnu Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namah. We can do Namaste and put back our hands on our laps. And we can meditate for a few minutes. as usual, we will finish our meditation by raising our Kundalini and putting ourselves in abandon. So let's do it together. So thank you very much for joining that session. I hope you could feel the Nabi Chakra opening, you could feel the vibrations. And I'm looking forward to see you into the next session of the Meditation Step Up series. So thank you very much.